Hello, this is going to be a very quick video. It's just to show you what to do in the event that you cannot get the handbrake off on your Model S or your Model X, or in the event that you need it moving because it's had some other kind of failure and the systems aren't operating properly. And the reason for that is I've seen a lot of cars being dragged out of car parks on spec lifts and skates and dragged onto the back of recovery trucks, when although that is necessary to have the recovery truck, it's not necessary to drag it around on roller skates as such. So anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, first of all, make sure you've got the car jacked up and there's a clear space between the bottom of the tyre and the road, otherwise you won't be able to get the wheel off. First thing to do then is make sure that the vehicle's chocked, or you've got somebody in the vehicle to hold the foot brake on. The foot brake and the handbrake work completely independently. When jacking it up, make sure you've got a nice strong jack. These are heavy cars, so I'm using a 2.5 ton hydraulic jack, and if you're going to be working underneath the vehicle, you need to get an axle stand under there, which I've got just out of you. So next thing, get the caps off the wheels. Top tip here, just out of view there, I've got a little container which I'm chucking everything in. It's very easy to kick something along the floor, and just be careful where you're doing it. I've seen people do this near drains. They take the wheel nuts off, next thing you know, you're fishing something out of the drain. So top tip, keep everything in a box. Okay, just gonna whip the wheel off. Okay, lean this against something, not the car, because as you jack it up and move it, it's got a chance it could fall over. So, looking at the wear on that, what I can tell you is Kate's got a heavy right foot. Okay, so, foot brake caliper, handbrake caliper work completely independently of each other. What I'm going to show you now is how to remove the servo, which bolts to the back, and then wind the caliper off to free this wheel off. The car, as it stands at the moment, has got the park brake in the on position. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strip the servo off. What I will say is it's going to take me about 10 minutes. It's a little bit fiddly. Now there's 6 bolts in there, all torque headed. There's 3 that you don't touch and 3 that you do. It's very important. I'll take some pictures and I'll insert it into the video. So give me 10 minutes. Okay, what you should be able to see there, it's a little bit of a distance, but you'll be able to see the actual servo which winds the caliper on, and then just in the centre there's a little epicyclic gear set which is quite funky. I like stuff like that. On the back there's almost an E-type socket, but you should be able to get on with the normal socket. It's quite big. I'll take some pictures and then hopefully I should be able to just wind that off and then we're away to go. So on the back of the servo itself you can see that there are 3 holes there. That's where I've removed the bolts, and there are 2 there that haven't been touched. So you need to leave them 2 alone and get into them other 3, and that will allow it to be completely removed, revealing the epicyclic gear in there, which is all very funky. I like stuff like that. And then if I just zoom around onto the back of the caliper, if you can see it, I'm not sure you can, put your open-ended spanner on there, turn it clockwise, and that will free off the rear wheel completely. You can, if you want to, you can remove the servo from off the wiring loom. It's entirely up to you, or you can just leave it there. I mean, it's going on a recovery truck anyway, not nominally, but if in the event that it's not going on a recovery truck, disconnect it, pop it inside the car, and then just give it to the service centre. Right, I'm going to put it all back together and give it back to Kate because she's got to go back to work. Okay, so 114mm spanner, open-ended, the ring end doesn't fit. On the caliper, and you're turning it clockwise, and that would then free off the caliper, allowing the back wheel to turn. So yeah, just if I show you there, look, that's free to turn. You're gonna have to do this both sides if you've got an internal fault with the control systems, but actually if it's one handbrake caliper that's not working, or the servo, then it's as easy as that. That will save you hours of your car being dragged out of a car park on skates, which is just not necessary. It's not really a problem when you reattach the servo. The servo will work out whereabouts in the travel it is. When you put the handbrake on and the resistance becomes enough, the servo will kick out, and then when you wind it the other way, it will lock at the furthest part of the travel, and the servo will switch off again, so you don't have to worry about it being in the same place. This will just keep spinning and spinning and spinning. So. Okay, so that's the last one in. Let's just cycle the handbrake, which I'm going to do now. And it is as easy as that. When I first cycled the handbrake there, it said handbrake not set. I just then put it into drive, that cycled the handbrake back off again, and then parked it and cycled it back on, and then the handbrake's then effectively readjusted. So okay, just going to whack the wheel back on. I'm going to torque it up. It's very important that it's torqued up. Another top tip, put these on, just get a few threads on with your fingers. Don't just put them in the gun and wind them on, because you're just looking to cross thread things. If you're going to use a battery gun or an air gun, just remember you want to torque them wheel nuts up. If you over tighten them, you run the risk of potentially stretching the thread. So all we're doing is we're just winding them in, getting the wheel flush, and then we're going to torque it up properly. When you're bolting these wheels on, miss one. So start here, then here, here, here and here. Just miss one. You can start at any point. It just means the wheel's going to be on flush. So we're just dropping it on very gently, and we're not over tightening it. There we go, that is all we need. And then the torque wrench will do the rest. But we're doing that when it's on the floor. Okay, 175 Newton meters. So
160, 70.
5. Just go gently with it. Don't need to go mad. Just waiting for a gentle click. And then torque it up. We're just going to put the caps back on. Dead easy. We all like our Teslas to be aesthetically pleasing, don't we? And that's it done. Obviously mine's back together in the proper fashion because mine's working okay, but for anybody who is out there who's got a car stuck in a particularly tight spot, then it's worth knowing that actually that probably, in all honesty, took me 10 minutes to do that one side, and probably 10 minutes for the other. The guy's got to jack the wheel up anyway to put it on the skate, so I can definitely see it saving somebody some time. So anyway, make sure you follow the safety precautions, torque the wheels up, don't go underneath it when it's jacked up unless you've got an axle stand, all that sort of business. And I hope this has helped someone. So see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.